I will get back the table here. This one, maybe you won't use it. Sorry, doctor, 1 minute. Yes. All the quizzes and midterms, yeah, if you want to calculate like this, maybe. If you want, for example, to say quiz 1, because it's like in the beginning of the term, so the student will need a little bit of time to study, for example. So separate quiz 1 alone. It will take half an hour, for example, and the student will want, for example, 2 hours to study. In quiz 2, because it's near the end of the term, the student needs more time to study for the quiz, and maybe it will take more time. If you want to separate like this, it is up to you. If you want to put all the quiz together, it is again up to you. Yes. Yes.
And each one, the quizzes, we make it in the lecture, but the midterm, it has
separate. Yes.
Here you didn't mention a midterm.
I did not mention a midterm, yes.
Yes, so you mean quiz, by quiz, you mean quizzes and midterm?
Maybe, yes, maybe he meant here the quiz and midterm because he put them all together. For you, you don't want to do it like this. It is up to you. That's what I want to say. It is up to you. Whatever you put here in the learning activities, it is up to you. For me, for example, if I will do it, I will put quiz 1 alone, midterm alone, quiz 2 alone, and preparation of quiz 1 alone, preparation of midterm alone, preparation of quiz 2 alone, and then the final alone.
So I could modify this.
You can modify, definitely. This is an example. This is an example. You don't have to follow this. This is an example. But put whatever you want to put here. Whatever you want.
Please, doctor, you said the learning hours should be 4,100 for
410.
400
This is the minimum for a program.
for level 7. You mean when student reaches level 7, he should have 410 hours, or by finishing this,
By finishing them.
or by finishing the program, he should have this.
She should attend. She should attend. It's 401 because he take the certificate when? At the end of the program. Okay? So at the end of the program, he fulfilled this program, so he is now in level 7. But why he is in year 1 or year 2, he's still in level 3. So if he went out, he will go down to level 3 again. Okay? But if he finishes these, okay, he will be in level 7 after he's given his certificate. He will be in level 7. So certificate gives you the level. Okay?
Excuse me. Assessment of learning, like final exam, midterm, quiz. This is like assessment of learning. What you have learned, you are going to assess and how much outcome you have achieved. So would it be considered as learning? Maybe I am so much precise, but just came in my mind. Like,
What do you mean?
Like for example, we are doing MCQs. MCQs is assessment of learning to measure how much students followed the lecture, how much they studied. So maybe in that quiz they will not learn something new. They will reproduce, right? But
Okay.
so would it consider as a learning hour, or we can just ignore it?
It is
I
considered
can
that.
put in this way. For example, for quiz, midterm. After doing something, assessment is they are reproducing, they are not learning it. But if the teacher give them feedback and they work on feedback, then it will increase their learning, right? So we can consider that.
Okay.
But in final exam, usually we don't give
Feedback.
It's like assessment. You can say assessment of learning.
Okay. So these two terms here of assessment, if you want to say, this is there is a formative assessment and there is a summative. Yes. Both of them are learning activities. Okay, because students spend time. So at the end he learns something. Even if you say he's not learning, and then until he has the feedback, no, he is learning. Other than he is learning, he's spending time, and this is my thing here. I want the time he spends, not only the learning, okay? So I want the time itself. If you want to see the concept of learning hours, I want the time allocated for, or the time the student spent for my subject, okay? But even he spent or not, even he learned or not learned, this is not the critical point here. The critical point is the time allocated. Anyway, if you think in the formative assessment that your student is not learning from this, okay, and the feedback you give him is inside the lecture, so don't count it here, okay? But for the summative assessment, you have to count, because this is time allocated for the learning process. Did you get my point? If you know that the student is benefiting from your formative assessment, put it here as a learning activity.
I'm concerned because usually we have lecture, and after lecture, like we have this is the reading list. So this reading will take like half an hour. This reading will take like 1 hour.
Yeah.
But when we do like assessment, and previously when we do assessment, we didn't count.
We didn't?
We didn't count for
Count,
assessment, like
count,
for
yes.
quiz,
It is a formative assessment then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for assignment and for this kind of reading activities and
Yes.
how much they
Yes.
have to spend
Yes.
time at home, like
Is this inside the lecture time or is just at home?
outside the
Outside. It is an assignment, so it is count. So it is count.
So we usually count those things, but we usually don't count this like assessment time, like taking quiz and exam and final.
Now I don't know, because it is really up to you.
Yeah.
Whatever you think that my student is benefiting from, it has to be put in these learning activities, and the time has to be counted here. If you think your student not benefiting, I don't know why you're giving this activities. However, you have a point again. So if it is really up to you. I will not tell you what to put or what not to put. However, whatever you put here in this list has to make sense for me as a curriculum committee.
Even if you see like standard exam like given by standard bodies like PMP, ACP, these kind of things. So they usually will say that you have to spend 35 hours of learning hours. They don't count like exam hours. So usually we see like. What you're saying is I don't have to count the time of the exams themselves. Yeah.
Yes. Again, this is up to you. But the main concern here is the time my students spend, okay, in my subject, okay? So either he is learning or not learning, but he spent this time. So this is what I'm concerned. And I will tell you why now I'm counting the time, okay? Yes?
Regarding the credit hour calculation,
Credit hour, yes.
last year I was responsible about third year student, and the whole credit hour for the course were 6 credit hour. So we used to
6 credit
calculate
hour,
6 credit hour
or theoretical?
theoretical and practical.
How many?
So we used to calculate 15 lecture as 1 credit hour.
Yes. 15 lecture, 1 hour.
Yes, 1 credit hour.
1 credit hour is 15 lecture for 1 hour.
Yes.
6 credit hours, so 15 lecture for 6 hours. Yes.
Around 9.
If you have a course with 6 credit hours, all theoretical, you have to give the student 6 hours per week for 15 weeks. This is 6 credit hours. If it's like theoretical and practical, you have to tell me how many theoretical and how many practical. If, for example, 5 plus 1, so you have to give the student 5 hours theoretical and 2 hours practical in a week for 15 weeks. Did you get the point?
Yes, I get your point, but it's new for me because we used to calculate the whole 15 weeks hours. For example, I have 130 lecture and divided by 15. So I will
130 lecture.
rough example, but usually every 15 lecture calculated as 1 credit hour.
Yes, it is the same thing. So you are calculated 15 hours as 1 credit hour. That's right. And you have, for example, 90. You give the student 90 hours during the whole 15 weeks. So it is the same thing. It is the other way around. It is the same thing. You can calculate by the same thing. Okay. Yes. She wants. I cannot hear very well, sir. Yes. I cannot hear again. I'm sorry.
Can you hear better now?
Maybe. Yeah.
I said when we calculate credit hours at College of Medicine,
Yes.
we are really confused.
Wha-
Why?
yeah.
Because we run a program that is entirely different from what the university is running.
Yes, you run like modules. Yes.
No, we run modules.
Yes.
In some of the modules we have practicals.
Yes.
We have lectures.
Yes.
We don't have quizzes.
Yes.
In some modules we have assignments.
Yes.
We have tutorials.
Yes.
We have tutor sessions.
Yes.
And there are no guidelines for that. For example, a tutor session depends on the level, the year. For example, first year, tutor sessions twice a week, each session 2 hours, making it
4 hours
4 hours.
per week.
Yeah.
Yeah. To how many credit hours this is connected? So the subject itself, how many credit hours?
Yeah, the subjects differ. Sometimes 3 credit
No, for
hours.
this particular subject.
Okay, let's say 3 credit hours.
3 credit hours, how many practical of that?
For practicals, we have
I mean, the subject itself is 2 plus 1, for example? Is it 2 plus 1? So it's 2 theoretical plus 1 practical? How did you make the... because you say there's practical and you gave 4 hours per week. For tutorials.
tutor sessions.
Yes.
Tutorials are different.
Yes.
Tutor sessions are different.
Yes.
That is when you have a kind of problem-solving contact.
Yeah, case-based, yes.
So case-based.
Yes.
So for the student, it depends on the level. For year ones, for example,
Yes.
you have 2 tutor sessions a week,
Right.
2 hours.
Yeah, on what principle did you put this rule? This is the thing. Is it like this or there's something behind it?
No, yeah, there's something behind it.
Yeah.
The first tutor session,
Yeah.
you have a case.
Okay.
You derive the objectives from you discuss
Yeah, I am totally with you in this. However, I'm not talking about what is the content. I'm talking about what is the principle behind that. You said this tutorial has to take 2 hours or 4 hours per week. How did you say that? Why did you say, why is not 3 hours? Why is not 1 hour?
Well, let's say we adopted the curriculum and we're following the guidelines of
Exactly, you adapted the curriculum. The curriculum saying is this subject, for example, physiology, for example, okay, is 2 credit hour plus 1, for example. This one you translated like 4 contact hours because it is tutorial. You decided that this 1 hour will be tutorial and you decided that it will take 4 hours. I agree. But without anything, I've just from my mind saying this is 2 hours and 2 hours, no, this is not acceptable.
I don't know, but because we really, each time we have to calculate, it's not just me,
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
Severe problems. We now call the head of department. What is this supposed to be? Because it's different.
Exactly. The first thing is here to know what are the credit hours.
And then
Yes.
the practicals. Every week we have practical depending on the subject. I teach bacteriology.
Yeah.
Every week there's practical, 2 hours in groups,
Yes.
2 hours per group.
Yes. Okay, by group is no problem with that. But it's
And
2
we
hours.
have 4 groups in a week
Yeah. Okay.
for different.
This is teaching load. This is another thing. But yeah, this is teaching load. I have no problem with teaching load. I'm talking about now. You have 2 hours a week.
Yeah, 2 hours.
So it's 1 credit hour.
Oh, that is 1 credit hour.
That is right. Even if you have groups, but it's still 1 credit hour.
It's just 1.
Yeah. Because this is another thing. This is workload. Yeah, because you have, for example, you are an assistant professor. Yeah, so you have 14-hour workload per week. Okay, so if you fulfill these for 14 and you take more, you have to take these more hours as overtime, and you will pay it for that. If you did not, if you don't want to exceed these, another person can take the over in the workload. However, this is still 1 credit hour.
So 3 hours of lectures.
3 hour lecture per week is 3 hours. It's 3 credit hours. 3 hour lecturing per week is 3 credit hours. 2 hours practical is 1 credit hour. 3 hour tutorial is 1 credit hour. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. There's no 1 hour practical. There's 2 hour practical for 1 credit. 1 credit hour, 2 hour practical, 3 hour tutorials. Yes, you should add the final exam. Time, preparation, and the time for the exam itself. Yes. Just what frequency is 1. Yeah, but it doesn't matter which week is it, but what is the frequency? How many times do you give the final exam in 15 weeks? Just 1 time. One credit hour is 2 practical, 2 hour practical, 250 minutes. Yes, half credit hour, yes, 0.5, yes. Training, 1 hour training is 1/3. Very well, very well. We have so many questions from here.
What is the summary of the discussion?
They are asking about the credit hours. That's good. I mean, what the connection between credit hours and learning hours? That's very good. Can I calculate the times for final exams? Yes, you can. Should I calculate the time for preparation of final exams? Yes, you can. A good question came. Can I consider the office hour here?
Yeah, of course.
I can. The office hours, can I consider it here? No.
Why no?
No.
Every student comes to the office hour.
Every student comes.
Not every hour.
Huh?
All students will come.
Not all student comes.
Few students Whatever.
Few students join the.
So can I consider it or not? No.
I think you have.
This is another reason. An office hour is my activity. It's not the student activity. I cannot, we have to differentiate between my activity as a lecturer or as an assistant professor or as a professor and the student activity. I give an assignment. I don't do the assignment, the student do. However, the office hour, this is mine. Okay? Student comes or don't come, it is up to them, so I cannot count it. This is my activity. I cannot count my activity here. Okay? Lecturing, yeah, but the student is there. All the student attends. Okay? But this is for the student. This is time for the students.
But if there is no student, that means there is no
Office hour.
office hours.
Exactly.
So,
But this is, at the end, this is my activity. I'm doing this activity.
I think you have to consider it because it's a part of process. I mean, if we look at broader vision of education, even the physical education, the movement of students in the campus should be included.
Yeah, but the moving of student in the campus, how can I include in my subject?
Well, this is a part of your program.
Yeah, go, but my program. But how can this calculation comes from the course, and then it's calculated for the whole program.
There is
I agree with you, doctor, that the moving of students.
seen and some activities unseen. So, well, it's academic institutions. You have if you get this method of thinking.
Yes,
I think you have to consider everything.
I agree. However, it is very hard to count something like this. Okay, so I'm making a little bit easy for. I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you. But to make it logic, I have to count the things I give to my students. But this matter of thing, I'm totally with you.
يعني
task we design assignments, reading, and those materials, the resource which can
Yes.
be higher.
Yes.
Otherwise, the student will read everything from the web here and there.
Yes.
Very miscellaneous, we cannot really.
Cannot be on my subject. Yes.
So
Yes.
as long as we have tasks and resources, specific activity for those guided activities, then we can.
I agree. Very well. Right.
If for this example, is it logically the total number of learning hours?
No, it should be more than that.
More than? Because when if
2 credit hour system, I will talk about 70 to 90.
program total hours, credit hours, 130. If we multiply 66 hours in 130, it will be around 8,000, more than 8,000.
So one program have how many courses? For example, in pharmacy, we have 56 courses. Yeah, if you count it, it will be okay. I mean, if one have 100 learning hour in 56 courses, I will have 5,600 learning hours. This is okay.
It should be in the range of 4,000.
No, this is the minimum.
The minimum.
The minimum 4,100 is the minimum. Should be more than that.
What's the main goal to calculating the learning hours?
Tell you now. Now.
What I understood that in Saqaf we should use learning hours instead of credit hours.
Yes.
Okay. Which university do you use now learning hours?
Which universities? I cannot answer this question. I have to search. I don't know. I don't know. But they benchmark it, according to my understanding. They did say to us. They benchmark it and know that so many universities around the world use the concept of the learning hours. However, what are the universities? I don't know. I have to search to tell you. Okay?
For the lab or for the tutorial, you said like 1 hour equal to 2 hours.
Yes.
So the time need for the activity will be 1 or 2?
2.
Will be 2.
Use the rules of the credit hours here. No problem. Okay? Very well. Nice question. Thank you very much. Okay. Any problem in calculating the learning hours? Because I have to take 5 minutes and then go to the break. Okay? Very well. So, thank you very much for interacting. It was very good, very nice. The question raised by Dr. Muhammad here. Why? Why all this problem? Why putting me on all these things to calculate whatever the student has done? Credit hours are very good. What's your problem? Why we are calculating this? These people are really bad. Okay? They are just making things complicated for us. This is now the thinking in your head.
Just they want to waste our time.
Yeah, just they don't want to waste our time. Okay? We don't have any more time to sit down and calculate what the students are going to do, whatever. I don't care. Many people will say that. I'm giving my subject, the student do whatever he wants to do. The mode of thinking now is changing really. And why I'm calculating this? This is for the sake of the student. How? For example, consider a subject X and a subject Y. Okay? Each of them are 2 credit hours. 2 plus 0 or 2 credit hours. Okay? If we calculated this by this table, for example, 2 credit hours, so this is 30 hours per semester. Okay, no labs. Okay, exam. In subject X, the exam, the quiz 2, it takes the frequency 2 for learning hours. Okay. However, the preparation of the quiz in subject X, the preparation will take 10 hours. However, in subject Y, I need only 4 hours. Okay, there's small difference here. Assignment, I need 6 hours for each assignment in subject X, but I need 3 hours only in each assignment in subject Y. If I calculate it at the end, I will find subject X took something around 66. This is an example, of course. 66 learning hours. However, subject Y, they took 48. This is somehow tell the students that this subject is a little bit easy, and this subject is hard. Both this on the level of the program. If my program is 4,200 learning hours, and program X is 5,800 learning hours, which program the student has to put time more for? The second. Putting in mind that this program gives level 7 and this program gives level 7 as well. Which program the student should put more effort? The other program, program X, because it's 5,800 learning hours. These hours should be announced for our two students before they come to the program. We are telling them, remember, you are getting into my program. You will put this effort here. If you are not able to put this effort here, don't come. Okay? This is the thinking now. Don't come to my program. Go to the other program which is need less effort from you. Okay.
The students ask the previous students which course is more easy.
Very well, okay, okay. But I will not depend on this, doctor, okay? I'm giving the student a tool to differentiate between the programs. My program will take something like 6,000 hours from you. However, the other program will take 4,500 hours from you. If you are keen to go there, go there. If you are not, if you found yourself, no, I'm not very good, go to the other program. All of them will get to level 7 in different, and all of them will give you different employments. However, if you are good enough, go there in yourself. If you are not good enough, go to the other side, please. This, from their philosophy, okay, will reduce the amount of students which are stuck inside the program and cannot move. Because I don't know the amount of work which I will put inside the program before I join it. This is their philosophy. Yes or bad, you agree or don't agree, this is the philosophy here. And of course, I respect all your opinions. Yes, doctor. In 2 minutes, just to go to the break now.
Yeah, I just was wondering, doesn't it seem unfair that the two people will receive the same level, but they spend different effort?
But in reality, for example, program X, okay, takes really this amount of for example, in my case, pharmacy, so much effort for the students, okay? For example, another program which is Y or something, takes so much effort, but both of them getting the student to the level 7. I mean, level now in the QF, level 8 in the QF. Or something like this, okay? So this is the reality now. It is happening now, okay? And it will be all over the world. Different programs will give you different works. I want to work like a pharmacist, okay? This is the amount of work you have to do to be a pharmacist. If you can do it, go there. If you can do it, please don't go. Don't enter from the beginning. This is the philosophy, okay? You want to be a pharmacist, go there. If you cannot withstand this amount of work, just go to the other side. This is the philosophy. Okay?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent strategy for the students, because students have spent time, students spend money, and the other thing is that they need outcomes. They need the competency and skills.
Exactly.
And other thing is, some people said that some students spend less time, some students spend more time.
Yes.
But actually, every program has some prerequisite criteria, some prior knowledge.
Yes.
So as long as they are entering in the program, they should have the right background.
Yes.
So once they have right background, they will fulfill the basic requirement of the program. They should have that level.
Yes.
If we are taking like students who do not have the prior knowledge, it means something wrong with our program entry criteria. So
Yes.
we are not doing our job.
Yes.
So on level students coming from different background, but they should have some basic criteria.
I totally agree. Thank you. By here, we will end this session. And we will moving to the learning domain, inshallah, next session in half an hour. So come please at 12:05.